The state says that coal ash is too dangerous to leave unprotected, so it's being dug up and hauled away and then capped in place. But some say there's a much better use for it.
Eyewitness News reporter Tina Terry found out one industry is so desperate for the potentially toxic material that it's purchasing it from other countries.
Every day, tons of coal ash are hauled away from the Riverbend Steam Station in Mount Holly, all of it to be recycled. But much more remains behind at other facilities to be stored and capped, and that is what workers at this Charlotte company wish they could get, because they can use that coal ash to make concrete.
It's less susceptible to erosion or corrosion, and that's why we need it.
Henry Batten is president of Concrete Supply Company. He says a fine powdery part of coal ash called fly ash is valuable to his industry, but the kind he can use is hard to find.
As the economy improved and construction improved, there was greater demand.
So while cities like Charlotte are enjoying a construction boom, some say creating a higher demand for ash, energy companies are creating less of it, relying more on cleaner energy. Some ask, why not repurpose the millions of tons of coal ash just sitting in basins across the state?
You can't just take ash from the ground and say, okay, Mr. Concrete Guy, here's your ash. It has to be reprocessed and reburned, essentially.
He says ash in basins is unusable, and here's why. It contains contaminants like carbon, which power plants are not allowed to send into the air. The shortage of usable ash has caused some desperate companies to turn to other countries with air standards that are more lax.
Well, in India or China, there is no EPA. And so they're actually burning this stuff really, really good. It's back to the way it used to be for us.
But back here at home, state lawmakers recently ordered Duke to start reprocessing ash in basins so it can be used for concrete.
This is what the ash looks like.
Duke Energy Vice President Brian Weisker told me the company is investing in $180 million technology that reduces the amount of carbon in ash to make it usable in concrete. But Catawba Riverkeeper Sam Perkins wonders why reprocessing can't be done at other Duke facilities with much more ash.
It's ludicrous not to jump on the opportunity to take ash from places like Allen here or Marshall on Lake Norman and utilize that in concrete to take care of a problem.
Weisker told me it's not that simple.
As you get further and further away from the site where it's produced, your transportation costs go up, and that would start to make it cost prohibitive to go out further.
He says going that route could impact customer rates, and because of the sheer volume of ash at those sites, it could take decades to complete. Tina Terry, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Now, Duke Energy is working to close all of its coal ash basins across the state by the year 2029. At some sites, ash will be excavated and moved elsewhere, but at most of the sites, it will just stay put and be capped in place.